Let's take a look at question number 25 from the May 2016 release version of the Algebra 1 STAAR test. So let's take a look here and just kind of look at this. Anytime you have two terms and it looks like you have something squared in the first term and in the second term, you want to start thinking about something called the difference of two squares. Okay, so let's go ahead and write this. So difference means subtraction. Difference of two squares. Okay. Okay, in the general case, we have a difference of two squares. We write it as a squared minus b squared. And this can be rewritten as a product of two binomials as a plus b, a minus b. Okay, so this is useful all throughout your math career. So this doesn't go away, so it's good to know. Okay, so even once you get into calculus, you can use this from time to time. Okay, so difference of two squares looks like that. So let's look at our example. So let's take our first term. Let's take 36x squared to start out with. Okay, so let's start with the numerical part here, the coefficient of x squared. So what is being squared, or what is being multiplied by itself to get 36? Okay, so let's just kind of run through some. So 2 squared is 4, 3 squared is 9, 4 squared is 16, 5 squared is 25, and then we get to 6. 6 squared is 36. Okay, so 6 is being multiplied by itself, which is what 6 squared means. So we can rewrite that as just a 6 for right now. Okay, so what goes in here, everything is going to be squared. Okay, so what squared gives us x squared? Okay, that's just simply x. Okay, I know some of my students want to put 2x, so x times x is x squared. Fix that. X times x is x squared. Okay, so x plus x gives us 2x. Okay, so x plus x equals 2x, and a lot of my students get these two confused. Okay, so x times x is x squared. X plus x is 2x. Okay, so this goes back to the laws of exponents. Okay, so same base. When you multiply in the same base, add your exponents. Okay, so each one of these x have an understood and implied exponent of 1. Okay, add them two together, you get x squared. Okay, so here when you're adding variables that are like terms, you add your coefficients together. Okay, add your coefficients. So we have an understood coefficient of 1 here and a coefficient of 1 here, so it gives us 2x. Okay, so let's get back to our problem at hand. So all right, so this is our a value here. Okay, this is our a value. Okay, and now we're just going to plug it in our formula here in a second. So a is just, ignore the squared part here, but our a part is just the 6x. Okay, so let's just write over here, a equals 6x. Okay, now we want to try to find our b value. Okay, so our let's just take the 49. We don't need the negative for what we're going to do. Okay, so what squared gives us 49? Okay, so so we left off at 6, and we haven't encountered 49 yet. So 7 squared is 7 times 7. So 7 times 7 is 49. Okay, so our b value is 7. All right, so it's just a matter of plugging in our values here. Okay, so we can go to this part of the equation, and let's write it down here. Okay, so we're going to have 6x squared minus, and we need the parentheses is important here, so because this represents our a here, so because it means everything inside there, the 6 is going to be squared and the x is going to be squared. Okay, and now let's put our b value, and it's not so important on this one here because it's just a single 7. Okay, so you can put it as 7 squared, or you can put the parentheses if you like. Okay, so let's go ahead and put parentheses here. Either way, so it's just a single number being squared. Okay, so all right, so now what we're looking for is the factored form here. Okay, so let's take this form down here, and let's go ahead and write our two factors. I'm going to put them on top of each other. Okay, so So our first factor, just using this case, we put our a value. Our a value over here is 6x, so we put 6x here, and then put a plus sign, and our b value is 7, okay? So that's one factor, okay? And then let's look at the other one. So it's just the same, but just the minus. So we're taking this version here, right here, and we're going to plug it in, our a and b values, okay? So we have 6x minus 7. Okay, so I think we have everything we're looking for here. Okay, so this is our product here. Okay, and these should be side by side. Okay, so these should be side by side, and let's rewrite it up here. Okay, so we're at side by side. So 6x plus 7 times 6x minus 7. Okay, and these two are equal to each other. All right, so let's look for our factors here. So this is which expression is a factor of 3x squared minus 49. Okay, so we just used the difference of two squares to find our two possible factors. Okay, so 18x minus 7 is not one of our factors. 6x minus 49 is not one of our factors. 18x minus 49 is not one of our factors. So we get down here to 6x minus 7, okay? So that's this factor here, okay? So it's just wanting us to identify one of our two factors. So answer choice D is the proper choice on this one. So we cross out these three and go ahead and circle your answer choice D. Okay, so answer choice D is your best option.